Welcome to the Great American Collectibles Show, heard Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern on PSA.com and the PSA Facebook page. The Great American Collectibles Show is brought to you by PSA and the National Sports Collectors Convention. Tonight's headlines are brought to you by Sports Collectors Daily. For all of your hobby news, features, and more, visit sportscollectorsdaily.com. And now, your hosts, Tom Zappala and Rico Petrocelli.
So here's what I'm thinking. I think that we should charge pay-per-view before the show starts.
Why?
Good idea.
I think people would love the stuff that goes on before we go on the air.
Oh, no. But you know one thing I noticed in that all those photos? I'm the only guy on the show that has hair. Hair. You and John Mallory. Man, I feel good now. LC.
Wait a minute. I have hair.
No, you got hair. Some hair on top. But,
what about this?
You know what? I really like it. It really helps you. It helps your looks. Not that there's anything wrong. No. Where's Lee? Lee.
All right, let's bring Lee in, and then we're going to go.
Right.
I got the headlines. Let's bring Lee in right now. Lee Behrens from Sterling Auctions.
My
Lee.
coffee.
Hello.
Lee, I just said.
Hi, Lee.
I just said, Lee, that we should charge pay-per-view before we go on the air. I think that would be great.
I think a nice lead-in, you know, for the. You got to have a good prequel to make the whole show work.
Rico's talking to his wife, making coffee and donuts. What else, Rico? Anything else?
This is a relaxed show. I'd have. If I could have a sandwich, I'd have it. I can't get this hat straight. Gee, many cricket. Is it my head or is it the hat?
No, it's the head. We've got a great show today, and we have.
Oi, Wilhelm.
Stop.
Well, that's how he was. It's like that. You got a bat like that, eh, Hoyt?
Listen to this. Lee, he has told this story. Evidently, Hoyt Wilhelm used to tilt his head when he pitched. So Rico says he thinks he had it figured out how to hit him. So Rico would get up at bat and tilt his head.
Right. I can see him better. Yeah. So anyway, do you have a Minnesota Twins hat on?
Yes, they do.
Why?
He lives in Minnesota.
I'm a Minnesota native.
I understand that, but I mean,
the playoff situation is pretty brutal. They should be. They should be good. I mean, it's going to be interesting in the.
I think they have a pretty good lineup. I mean, they have a good lineup.
Yeah, they do. Okay, I take my thoughts back.
No, they have a good lineup with Tovar and Rod Carew and Bob Allison and Harmon Killebrew. They're going to be all right. Dean Chance. They got a pretty good club.
Yeah.
Right?
What?
Paradosky and Cott to finish it off.
Yeah. All right, listen. First, our headlines. Headlines. Heritage. This is funny because we're going to talk after Lee is off. We're going to speak for a few minutes with Derek Grady from Heritage. And if you guys recall last year, we had a conversation with Derek about NFTs. Rico, you weren't involved. It was when Mallory was on. And it says, collectors with both feet planted firmly in the world of traditional trading cards may not understand, but there's no dismissing the interest and money being spent in digital collectibles. A piece of art sold for $6.6 million. And in the sports world, NBA Top Shot has seen several sales of the serial numbered video clips that might make your head spin. Anyway, Heritage Auction was the first sports memorabilia company to dip a toe into the Top Shot pool and picked up $162,000 for a winning bidder on a Zion Williamson film clip. I'm not going to ask why. I'm not going to ask why spend that money, but someone spent $162,000 on a Zion Williamson clip. So now Heritage is getting into it. But we're going to talk to Derek about this because Derek told me that he was on the fence about it. So that's going to be really, really interesting. One other thing. Lee, you didn't go to the Dallas show, huh?
No.
Our good friend, attorney Steve Lane, New Orleans Steve Lane was there, and he reported back to us. And he said that it was a really interesting show. It was jammed, very, very crowded. But he said the interesting part is that about 70% of the crowd there was under 40 years old. Under 40, buying Pokemon ultra modern cards, but he said they were gravitating towards some of the vintage stuff too. So it's going to be interesting to see how that all plays out. But anyway, those are our headlines. For more information, you can always go to sportscollectorsdaily.com. All right, listen, we're thrilled. Good guy. We've had Lee on several times in the past. Lee Behrens from Sterling Auctions. Lee, welcome, number one.
Well, thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Tell us about the picture behind you.
That's my when I go to a show, I pull these that's the ad thing so people can see where you're set up and stuff, and that's my favorite pose of any baseball card is Fred Clark sitting on his bat in a Cracker Jack card.
That's a Cracker Jack card. We did the book on Cracker Jack. I don't know, do you have a copy of the book?
Yes, I do. I actually got it right away when you put it out.
Because I was gonna send you one. It's we had some fun writing that book. Rico, it's nice to see you, man. We haven't seen you in a couple of weeks.
That's right.
How you doing? Everything good?
Yeah, pretty good. I still got the good view from out the window here that the house we rented. So the bricks are very nice.
That's good.
But overall, I had a lot of guests. That's why we weren't on. We had I know. My son and his family, and then friends of ours. But it's good to be back, and it's good to see Lee. And things basically, I mean, they're really going good in the business. No, I mean, things are still hot, as they say.
Oh yeah, it's really good. I mean, compared to 3 months ago, 3 months ago was good, and now some of this stuff is doubling from 3 months ago.
It's crazy, man.
It's just, it's amazing. I had to laugh. My accountant, when he looked at my taxes from last year, he's like, "Holy cow, good year!"
You know something? That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Yeah, we're gonna get into all of it. You got a great auction running right now. Hey, I give away by the way today out of the ultra famous Upper Deck locker box, cheap plastic, made by the TAI Wand Company. Nice. Here's what we're giving away. This is a 1989 traded series tops 1T through 132T football. We're going to give away the whole set.
Wait a second. What was that again? 1T?
Yeah, the numbers are 1T through 132T. It's the 1989 traded series tops football. Somebody gave it to us. One of our dealers said, "Here, you can. This is a nice giveaway." So we're giving it away. Right. So anyway, it's been a pandemic, Lee. We've been in a pandemic for over a year. Walk us through it. What kind of a year? I kind of suspect what you're going to say, but what kind of a year has Sterling Sports Auctions had?
Well, the first auction I had once we had the lockdown was this. Oh, how's it going to go? You know, I was hoping status quo. You know, I was expecting a downswing. First one finished, it was status quo. And it's like, oh, okay, that's not bad and stuff. And then I didn't know how the consignments were going to go because the people locked down and stuff. But that stayed on par. And the second auction, it was good. It was a little bit better. But then about the third auction I had during the pandemic is when things really started to accelerate as far as the prices and on that end. And then good consignments and overall just excellent prices across the board and stuff, and had the highest auction I ever had in there and stuff. So,
well, I think the cards, people have memories of players that they love, teams that they love, but I still say, I don't know, maybe it's because of the times, it's still a good investment. I use the word investment. So if I see a card that it's a certain amount, I said I feel this card's going to go up in value as well as I like it. Babe Ruth, Mickey Mantle, whatever card it is. So
what about? Hold on, I want to add on to what Rico's saying, Lee. So let's talk about vintage versus modern and ultra modern. I've asked this question a lot. We both have asked, and John Mallory too. So what are you seeing in your auction? Are they gravitating towards modern and ultra modern, or is there a 50-50 split? I mean, you have your finger on the pulse. What are you seeing?
Yeah, I don't do a whole lot of the ultra modern, but what I do and stuff, it gets good traffic. I think a lot of this is fueled by people want to rekindle their childhood. So, you know, they were away from their computers and they were back home, and all of a sudden they had time to get back into it. And that's, to me, what accelerated the 80s, 90s, the 2000s stuff, because now they could go back and buy this stuff that maybe they were aiming for, and now they can afford it and going out to get it. But you can see it's a fallback to, you get into the newer stuff and then you kind of realize what's going on and you gravitate backwards. I've seen it throughout this hobby. I've been around it since 1980. You get a grasp of that, and then all of a sudden you realize, you know, this stuff can be obtainable. The 50s and 60s stuff isn't quite as attainable. And then you go even farther back to the pre-war stuff, and that's even tougher. It seems to be a evolution for many collectors.
So is it are you saying it's a generational thing? I mean, so let's say like Rico and I, you know, we gravitate obviously towards the vintage stuff, anything from the T206s up to the 50s and 60s tops. And now this next generation, they're coming in buying the 80s and 90s into the 2000s. So, I mean, is the vintage stuff, the Gaudis, the Play Balls, the Diamond Stars, the T205s, T206s, are they going to hold their value?
Oh, I don't see that ever going down. I mean, to me, like the Gaudi set is the accessible 30 set. The T206 set is the accessible pre-war set. There's plenty of them out there, but the prices continually have gone up on both those sets. I mean, I was even surprised because I didn't have a whole lot of 33 Gaudis for a while through this.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I looked, and it's like even the commons in 4s and 5s are starting to really accelerate on that set. And I think that's where people tend to gravitate, is they work their way back, and you start with the stuff that's accessible. I mean, because you got to do some research to the tougher stuff that your advanced collectors go into on that end. But yeah, I think it's just it's a matter of these people. It's the younger generation that, like I said, they're all of a sudden they're at home and they're in front of their computer now. I mean, I always ran an auction in between Christmas and the New Year's, because when I was on eBay, I tracked my sales, and I got a lot of different people during that time. And after about the third year of that, I was trying to think why. And I'm like, I bet you it's because people take their vacation and they're gone there a week, and now they have time to sit in front of the computer and go look for what they want that they normally didn't have time for.
Good point.
And
do you have bats? Did you have other stuff, you know, bats and balls, autograph balls, all eras?
Yeah, I do a little bit of it. I personally not a big bat guy, just because the shipping on that, there's a lot more time involved with that kind of things. I do some autograph stuff, you know, the balls and the cards. I prefer the cards. I mean, all that stuff needs to be authenticated, you know, otherwise it's just such a dark area. But I do some memorabilia. It's just not as big as other ones.
You know, you and I were talking before we went on the air, Lee, about what my opinion was of the auction houses that are your size, and we mentioned a couple of the other ones, some of your friendly competitors, and it seems as though the smaller auction houses are really booming right now, like really booming, because of this influx of new blood and budget conscious buyers. Are you seeing that? I mean, like, when you have an auction now, are you getting more hits, more views than before?
Well, sadly, I lost my site that tracked the hits and stuff on there. I mean, really? I do have the hits on each of the lot and stuff, and I've had record numbers of bidders in my auctions. You know, almost the whole year. It was just constantly. Every auction seemed to top the next one as far as the total number of bidders, different unique bidders in the auctions and stuff. So that definitely has helped. As far as gaining new registrations and stuff, it's about the same as I did in the past. I mean, that kind of has shocked me through this whole thing that, you know, that hasn't accelerated more too, but it's still good. The new bidder registrations on that end.
I have a question for both of you guys. As far as the future of the industry is concerned, don't you think that the auction houses have to get into the more recent stuff to keep it going? I mean, let's face it, as time goes by, things are going great now, and I think they're going to hold pretty steady, it's my opinion. But don't you think that there may be, or there should be, a little more concentration on some of the other stuff that are more recent? Basically,
yeah. I mean that's a good question, Lee. How do you look at that? How does an auction house like Sterling approach that?
It's kind of a tough thing because it's all driven by who wants to consign with you and what they have to consign. So a lot of it, I really can't dictate, what I'm going to get coming in here. Somebody can offer me stuff and I can refuse it or send them to another auction house if it's something that doesn't fit for me. But as far as somebody, to try to get all these modern, ultra modern rookies or whatever to come into the auction site, I don't know that I have really any great way of saying, hey, I want to pull this stuff in. If you have it, I want it.
It's interesting to add to what Rico's asking. At the very beginning, I think I'm talking even the big auction houses. Once this influx happened, it was like a tidal wave, and they were caught off guard. And I think, quite frankly, prior to the Michael Jordan documentary, I think everybody had to really learn on the fly. I mean, I've talked to a couple of guys, I'm not going to mention their names, but a couple of dealers your size, and they said, listen, we're vintage guys. We've been dealing, 99% vintage for, years and years. And all of a sudden, I mean, it's a baptism under fire. And we really have to learn about, the Zion Williamsons, or the, I don't know, pick anybody, the Jefferson kid from Minnesota, or Mahomes.
Sure,
right.
Well, those young potential greats, really, if they stay healthy. But I'm talking, Lee. I'm talking from a collector's standpoint. I understand that they would have to come to you to consign the item. But we're talking. If I'm a collector and I ask your advice as to what to do, now I don't have the money for the Babe Ruths and the Mickey 52s and all that stuff, and but should I kind of get into the newer stuff? That is the future. But when I say that's the future, the vintage stuff is going to always be expensive and hard to get. But what about this new stuff? And I'm just thinking for the future of the industry. Here's the collectors. Gee, I can't afford Ruth, but geez, I might be able to afford this one or that one. That's pretty good player. Maybe become a Hall of Famer. Would you give them that advice?
Well, the first thing I always tell anybody that asks me anything: buy what you like. Don't buy it because you think you're going to make money on it, because then it's a disappointment. If it comes apart. But if something falls apart, you have something you like on that end. As far as the ultra modern stuff, you definitely need to do your research. I mean, I myself, because my background is pre-war, I'm still learning. I mean, I'm real novice on
we all are. Everybody.
Yeah, I'm still real novice on that because so many of these sets, especially from the 90s, have so many split offs that it's confusing to try to figure out. Yes, you can buy a Derek Jeter rookie, but which one? What's the really good one?
Good point. Very good
point. Yeah.
On that,
you take any card? By the way, you take any cards with Scotch tape? On them. I have. Oh yeah, I got a couple of ones, but there's Scotch tape on it. I don't know what the hell to do.
I got a 52 Bowman Willie Mays card that he's got Scotch tape on the back, so you can buy that one, Rico, and add it to your collection.
See, here's what Petrocelli has. Petrocelli has a 33 Gaudy Ruth, except he's got his head taped on Babe Ruth's head.
Oh, that's right.
That's what he's got.
Double the value.
He's mean, I'll tell you.
Listen, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about, you have an auction going on right now that ends tomorrow.
Yes.
Lee Behrens from Sterling Sports Auctions is in the house. Going to have some fun. Rico, it's good to see you. You look great.
Yeah, compared to what?
Being half dead, you look good. We love you. Hang in there. We're going to be right back.
Since 1996, Brian Drent and the staff at Denver's Mile High Card Company have led the charge in the collectibles hobby. Mile High is a full-service dealer specializing in buying and selling cards and offers a competitive consignment program for all collectors. Whether it be their computerized want list service, appraisals, or auction services, Mile High has it all. If you've been searching for a company with a selection of high-grade vintage 1888 to 1970 baseball cards and memorabilia that shares your passion, aim high, Mile High. Go to milehighcardco.com or call 303-840-2784 for more information.
Hi, this is Dan from Memory Lane Auction and Collectibles Company. If you're looking to maximize your return on your sports cards and collectibles, look no further. We at Memory Lane Auction House offer you several options to achieve top dollar for your collectibles. Whether you're looking to auction or sell privately, we're the #1 choice with over 17 years in the hobby. Nobody will work harder to achieve your goals. Just call us today at 877-606-5263. That's 877-606-LANE. Or visit us on the web at www.memorylaneinc.com. Go with the best. Go with Memory Lane.
Hi, everyone. I'm Rico Petrocelli, and I'm very excited to talk to you about our new partner, Panini America. Panini America is the world leader in licensed sports and entertainment collectibles, and we're proud to have them as the official trading card of the Great American Collectibles Show. When it comes to modern trading cards of your favorite players, Panini America leads the way in terms of innovation, design, creativity, value, and fun. From landmark brands such as Donruss, Prism, and Contenders to high-end juggernauts like Flawless, National Treasures, and Immaculate, Panini America delivers the hottest trading cards of the biggest names in the NBA, NFL, MLB, PA, NASCAR, soccer, and college. When you want to collect the best, collect Panini America. Ask for it at your local hobby shop or at mass retailers like Target and Walmart. And you can always find Panini America online at icollectpanini.com. Panini America. Who do you collect?
This is Brian Drent, president of Mile High Card Company. Is your sports card and memorabilia collection properly insured? For easily replaced personal property, homeowners insurance is all most people need. But for prized possessions that you may have spent a lifetime collecting, it doesn't go nearly far enough. Collectibles Insurance Services has been insuring for over 50 years. They offer a full range of protection and a $0 deductible at an affordable rate with no appraisals required. I know because they insure my collection. If you have a minute, go to collectinsure.com and learn more about insuring your personal card or memorabilia collection.
Okay, we are back. We're back. Rico, were you looking outside, looking out the alligators?
No, I'm looking out at the sun. The sun and the wind. It's been very windy here.
Yeah, here too, except today it's nice. I'm going to go for a nice bike ride as soon as we get off the air. All right, listen, let's talk about our friends at eBay, Rick.
You wanna? Let me get my glasses on because I got them right here. I always want to talk about our good friends at eBay. You know that. Folks, if you're interested in just about any type of sports collectible, whether it be a game used bat, vintage card, or hard-to-find autograph, jump on eBay. Well, not literally jump on eBay. Go to your computer and get on there. Well, you can find just about anything on eBay.
Like what, Rico?
Well, I tell you, Tom, I just recently purchased a 1986 Michael Jordan rookie card. It only cost me $4,360,000. Other people. What, Jordan? Wait.
All right, let's start that again because you
Hey, you can find just about anything on eBay. I recently purchased a 1986 Michael Jordan rookie card. Like 4,360,000 other people did.
Thank you.
I also bought a Justin Herbert PSA 10. Who's Justin Herbert? card for $150,000, but that was a good deal. I hope that he doesn't pull a hammy. That's what's going to happen.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Right?
Yeah.
Kid's 21 years old or whatever. From everything to graded and ungraded, T206 cards, Gaudies, play balls, and 52 tops. There's some amazing deals on eBay. And don't forget, Rico, non-sports cards like what we always see every week, Davy Crockett, Pokemon, Bewitched, all of those good cards, and even tickets to your favorite game.
Well, that's right. Did you forget that one, Lost in Space? Didn't they have that?
I have that collection.
Oh, you got it right. Folks, eBay, and don't be nervous about this, but they have over 162. What's after trillion?
Gazillion
users. And don't worry, you will get through.
God.
Because they have a lot of people answering phones, and it's the biggest and best marketplace in the world. Go to ebay.com and either make your purchase or get your bid in. Great company.
Let's bring Lee back.
Just like Lee's company, Sterling Auctions. Fabulous.
Lee's back with us. Hey, Lee, let's talk about your auction. It ends tomorrow night. What are the high flyers in the auction? Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, the big one is the 52 tops mantle.
Nice.
It's the PSA 1.5. Oops, right in my face I go.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
But it's got a very nice registry on the card. Color's great on it. It's a very nice 1.5 on that end. Does have some creasing in it and stuff, but still a great card, and it isn't going to get much
cheaper.
I hate to say cheaper, but less expensive. So
a 52 mantle's a 52 mantle.
Yeah, on that end. So we also have a Michael Jordan rookie in a 7.5.
Nice card. There's a card that has exploded.
Oh, that's since December. It's just been nuts. It was like doubled for the year, and now December it's been doubling again.
You know, I mentioned this last week. I had a friend.
I think it was from the. Was it?
What are you talking about?
Well, I was just talking to the wall here. You guys.
No, go ahead.
Let me sneak in.
Go ahead.
Honestly, I'm sorry. I forgot what the hell I was going to say. Go ahead. Don't mind me.
No, we had a friend of mine had a Jordan rookie card. This is going back about 3 years ago. And I brought one of the auction houses to look at it. And I think it was a 9. And he wound up selling it on his auction site for $3,000 at the time. And that's about what it was worth 3.5 years ago, 3 years ago. What would that card go for now, right?
9s, I think, are right close to the 6-figure mark if they aren't already. I mean, it's just amazing what they even like. I sold a 7 last year. I bought it right at the beginning of the year for about $1,200 to $1,300, and I resold it like 2 or 3 months later. I got $2,800. I was all giddy. Well, now the things are $5,000 to $7,000.
Exactly.
It's like, what the heck? Who would have known that?
Yeah.
You know, do you find the buyers? I don't know if you have the demographics or anything on it, but buyers, geez, I guess you wouldn't do their income. In other words, you know what I mean? If they're spending a ton of money, of course you want to know everything you can about them, right? I mean, you know, that the money's good and all that stuff. So
the best we can do as far as that goes, you get a reference. Say if they sign up for the site, you have a reference on there. It's generally another auction house, so you just call them up and see if they got any, you know, if they're taking care of all their invoices and stuff. And, you know, if they don't, then you relay the information.
So what happens? That's a good question you're asking, Rico. So what happens if, let's say it's a high-end card and somebody bids on it, they win it, and then they don't pay you? I mean, you're out because it's the high-end card in your auction. What do you do? Simply put it into the next auction?
I personally consult the consignor to see if they want to, say, offer it to the underbidder, you know, at the price that it went at there.
Okay, good point.
And if they say yes, I'll go offer it to them, and you know, on that end. Otherwise, we relist it and just and I have a few in this auction from lots in the previous auction. I had a couple invoices that didn't get paid. I just notate on there that this lot is relisted due to a non-paying bidder, because I don't want somebody to think, oh, he just drove the price up on that and he's got it out there. Why is the same card out there again?
That's a good point. What else are you offering? Yeah, do you have any other?
We have a Hank Aaron rookie in PSA 2 MC.
My man. Yeah, I'll give you $50 for that right now.
I bet you would. I can find you a nice Hank Aaron card for $50.
You know something, Lee.
Here's one of my favorite.
Rico knew Frank and played against him. And
Frank.
I'm sorry, Hank Aaron. I'm sorry. Yeah. I was thinking of Frank Robinson, but Hank Aaron. And what was the thing that surprised you the most about Hank? His size, Rico, right?
Yeah, he was about 175 pounds, maybe 6 feet, 5'11".
But he wasn't strong, a big hulking guy.
No, him, Mays and all those guys. I mentioned it before. Even Mantle, compared to now, these kids are 6'6", 240, 230. Some of these big hitters, but these guys could hit a ball a long way and often. But
even the evolution, you look at the pre-war guys. There's a lot of guys in the pre-war that are Hall of Famers that weighed 140 pounds.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it's just
Lee, I wanted to ask you the process of the bidding. Visually, I guess, how does it go? Somebody makes a bid on the auction, on the card or whatever, and then it's just everything is thrown out there and you wait for somebody to make a higher bid?
Yeah, there's two ways that you can bid in the auction. There's what's called a straight bid, and say if you want to just bid $100 on the card and that's where you're done, you put the straight bid in, the bid goes right to $100. If, say, on that same card you want to do a max bid deal, and you want to go the $100, what that does is take your bid at that time up to the previous current high. So if somebody was at $50, it would go to $55. But then if somebody bid again, say they went 60, it would automatically go to 65. It would automatically bid for you until it got to the $100 mark on that end. So you can have it do it automatically, or, you can sign up and get outbid notices. So when your lot got outbid, you get an email, and then you can go jump back in there if you like.
Are they on phone or are they on Zoom, going back and forth, say with the bid or the item?
It's all email, and then they just jump on either mobile or your computer. Yeah. And I'm really surprised at how many people use mobile. I mean, I was really surprised. I saw a stat, and it's close to 50%.
See, that's interesting. I didn't realize that either. What about you've got plenty of football, basketball, hockey in there also, right, Lee?
Yeah, we cover the four major sports with boxing, golf, and non-sports, and and that all really varies on the consignments and what comes through, and whether it's really old stuff, really new stuff, high grade, low grade, or ungraded.
No, that's the way to do it. As I said, we talked about that earlier. The budget. I appreciate guys like you appealing to the budget conscious bidder. Because it's affordable and it makes it fun for them. Again, not everybody can spend $700,000 except Petrocelli can, but most people can't. On a card or a piece of memorabilia. So I think that's a real tip of the cap to you. Anything else that really sticks out? You have some unopened packs too. Did I see some?
There's some 70s hockey unopened packs in this one. I had the previous auction. I had some unopened stuff so that's sold there. But yeah, the hockey packs they're all PSA graded, authenticated and stuff. So they should be fun to watch. But yeah, that's always fun to get that stuff in. I mean, love to rip into an old 50s or 60s pack and just see what you get out of it, type thing.
Rico and I have talked about this. Rico, about you have this 1952 or 1956 Topps unopened package. Do you open it or do you not open it? What do you do, Rico?
What do you mean? If I have it myself?
Yeah, now hold on. Listen to my question.
Go ahead.
If you open it, then you risk them being 5 commons or 10 commons in there that aren't worth too much money. If you don't open it and you hand it to someone like Lee and an open pack, Lee, what can you get for a 1952 unopened pack?
Well, some of those unopened packs vary on which series they are. You can kind of find out. You can maybe sometimes see what one of the card is there, and you'll know what series it came from. So then you have an idea what Hall of Famers are in that series. As far as a 52 unopened pack, I really couldn't give you. I know wrappers go for, I think, around the $500 mark. I actually had a consignment a few years ago. It was a 52 wrapper, still had the gum in it. It was about 60 pieces of gum. It was crushed, but the wrapper still had the gum in it.
Well, I mean, I've seen. I'm sure you've seen them too, Lee. I've seen unopened Piedmont or Sweet Caporal cigarette packages from the turn of the century. And they've gone for big money. Not opening it up because there's a T206 card in there. Could be Honus Wagner, could be Shag Shaughnessy. You don't know.
Unless you know how to open the pack, check out everything that's in there, and then put it back.
That's cheating.
We know what Rico's doing in his retirement days.
That's cheating.
I always love to know our guest, Lee. Tell us a little bit how you got started in the business. Were you an early youngster, collecting, and then?
Yeah, I always collected as a kid. I always remembered anytime I'd go get a dime, we had a little corner grocery store that either I got mom's permission to go buy the pack or you snuck out and got it. And, whenever you had the opportunity, and you always would bug mom if we were at the grocery store, they'd get a pack. So always collected as a kid and stuff. And 1980, I went to my first show, and I was 16 years old. Big purchase there was the Ernie Banks rookie card. I bought
nice card.
Yeah, I ended up trading it for a bunch of T206s about 10 years later. So, I evolved into the pre-war stuff when I went to a show just before they opened up the Metrodome. And I got introduced to pre-war stuff, and that became my passion of collecting, was some 50 stuff, and then the pre-war. After I got done with college, a friend of mine wanted to open a card store. And I said, well, let's go do it. We sat down and we opened up a card store, and we had it from 1989 to 92, which in Minnesota was a good year because we got the tail end of the first World Series and we got the full bore on the second World Series. But it was a good time to get out in 92 with the mass production out there. And
you got out at the right time.
Yeah, thank goodness I didn't buy much of it. We stayed to my pre-war stuff pretty much.
No, that's the way to do it. So the auction ends tomorrow night. How can people get on the site? Why don't you walk us through that?
Well, you can, if you want to go on to search, like a Google search, you just type in Sterling Auctions. It'll come up right there at the top. You go click on there. There's right in the middle of the homepage. There's add new users. Click here. Fill out the registration form. I can usually get you approved within 24 hours. On that end, a real simple process, and then you can start bidding away.
And you get 24 hours. We got about a minute, Reek.
Well, no, I'm going to go up on that Aaron card. I'll give you $150 for it.
Well, I'm sure my consignor will really be happy to know that.
By the way, Lee, this is God's honest truth. A PSA Pop 1, Rico Petrocelli, PSA 10, about a month ago, sold for $10,000 in the Golden Auctions.
Oh, he smoked
10 grand.
Somebody must have been drinking, huh?
I told Rico, when I get home, when we both get back to Boston, I'm going to lock him in his cellar, and we're going to find every Rico card, and he's going to sign every single one. We're going to find him.
Everything will go down. Somebody will say, "What the hell did I do?" This guy.
Price has gone down now.
Yeah.
We got about a minute left. Just real quickly, you're a Minnesota Twins fan, and you're a Vikings fan also?
Not really. I'm a baseball guy. I love my baseball, and you kind of put the football on the background as something to watch, but I just not as anywhere close to as devoted as
I'm a baseball guy too, but I love my Patriots.
Yeah.
I love my Patriots.
Sure you
All
do.
right, Lee, we love you. Good, wishing you the
What's
best.
that?
And go to sterlingauctions.com tomorrow night. You got 24 hours left to bid.
Yep.
Yes.
Get on in there.
Great.
It's little something for everybody out there.
All right. We'll talk to you later.
Lee, thanks.
Thank
Take
you,
care.
Take care.
See you.
Lee Behrens from Sterling Sports
good.
Auction. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We come back. We're going to bring Derek in. We got a couple of live reads. Rico, you know how to read, right? You can read.
Not like I used to.
We'll be right back.
My name is Davis. Please consider making a donation to the Jimmy Fund and Dana-Farber Cancer Institute and help stamp out cancer in kids. We have all been touched by cancer, but we can win the battle. Please make your donation, and remember, no amount is too small. The Jimmy Fund is the official charity of the Boston Red Sox. Thanks very much.
Hi, I'm Rico Petrocelli. I hope you listen to my pal Davis and make a contribution. We want to make children's cancer a thing of the past, and with your help, we can do it. Just go to TomZappalaMedia.com to make your charitable donation.
This is my fight song. Take back my life song.
How would you like to own the bat that was used by your favorite player when he hit that towering home run or game-winning base hit? Now look no further than JT Sports, specializing in the sale and authentication of professional game-used bats. As the official authenticators of professional model game-used bats for PSA DNA, JT Sports will guarantee the authenticity of any bat purchased from them. JT Sports also buys and sells game-worn uniforms, gloves, and baseball equipment. The unique quality of the collectible is what JT Sports is all about. Give them a call at 609-487-8003 or check them out at GameUseBats.com.
Hi, this is Dan from Memory Lane Auction and Collectibles Company. If you're looking to maximize your return on your sports cards and collectibles, look no further. We at Memory Lane Auction House offer you several options to achieve top dollar for your collectibles. Whether you're looking to auction or sell privately, we're the #1 choice with over 17 years in the hobby. Nobody will work harder to achieve your goals. Just call us today at 877-606-5263. That's 877-606-LANE. Or visit us on the web at www.memorylaneinc.com. Go with the best. Go with Memory Lane.
Panini America is the world leader in licensed sports and entertainment collectibles, and we are proud to have them as the official trading card company of the Great American Collectibles Show. Panini leads the way in innovation and design with great brands like Donruss, Prism, Contenders, Flawless, National Treasures, and Immaculate. Partnering with the NBA, NFL, Major League Baseball Players Association, NASCAR, FIFA, and college, Panini is certainly at the head of the hobby. You can find Panini products in major retailers like Walmart and Target, or online at iCollectPaniniAmerica.com. That's Panini America. Who do you collect?
Okay, we are back, and let's bring Derek in. Is Derek with us?
I think so.
Hi, Derek. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing okay. How are you?
Good. You sound like you're...
like in the next room.
No, but he sounds like he's hungover. Are you hungover?
I'm in Vegas. I wouldn't say hungover, but I'm not everything.
He's really helping your reputation.
What am I saying?
Yeah, right. Said, well, we got a call the other day. Said, can you have that drunken guy on again from Heritage Auction?
He loves
what the hell's going on
Listen,
here?
we've made him. This guy's become a freaking. Yeah. I get emails about him. They love him. I don't know why, but they love him. Hey, listen, before we talk to Derek, CSA Shows is proud to present, and we love Joe Drellick, the Chantilly Show being held on April 30th through May 2nd, held at the Dulles International Expo Center in Chantilly, Virginia, just minutes from the Dulles International Airport. Celebrating over 25 years at the same location, there's going to be over 250 dealer tables exhibiting on over 100,000 square feet of space, with both vintage sports cars and memorabilia, as well as modern-day sports treasures. You won't have to look very far for that special card, ball, or autograph. Major Rock, what are you laughing at? I'm reading about my... What's the problem?
Nothing. Go ahead.
What? Major auction houses and third-party grading companies will be on site to assist you with your collecting and authentication needs. We are proud to announce that they've added a special extended hours for the weekend-long event. For more information, go to www.csashows.com. That's the Chantilly show where you can find all of your sports collectibles treasure. You know something? You got to really feel good for Joe. He's had some tough times, and it's good to see the show is gonna be there again. Are you gonna be there, Derek?
Well, yeah, I think so. That was the longest commercial I've ever. So.
Oh no, I got one even longer. What do you had? It won't be on.
No. Did Rico take his meds today? I mean,
no, he didn't.
Okay.
He didn't.
Yeah.
But listen, I've got a question for you because you and I had a conversation a couple of weeks ago about non-fungible, whatever they're called, tokens, NFTs, and you said that you were a little, you still didn't understand it, but I know Heritage just sold one. So I want to ask you a question. Yeah. I have a 30-second clip of Petrocelli in 1975 throwing up a hot dog in the dugout. Only one of its kind. Can we get anything for that?
Yeah.
Well, listen, I got a game-worn jersey of Petrocelli. I have to get a bat, and then I'm going to take a picture with him next time I see him. I'm going to be dressed as Rico.
That's a good idea.
He'll be on break.
Derek, can you wrap your arms around this NFT stuff yet? I mean, it's for real. It's happening.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing: they just sold artwork for like $70 million at Sotheby's or something for an NFT, and I don't completely understand it, but I don't completely understand Bitcoin or
same thing with me.
I was going to ask you about Bitcoin. Yeah,
I mean, So, Rico, what these NFTs are is they're digital pieces of art that people can buy, and once you buy it, you own it. So it can be, but it can be a little 35-second, 15-second film of you doing something special, hitting your 40th home run, and then they buy it, they own it, they own the rights to it. Correct, right, Derek? They own the rights to it. You sign off on them, and they own it forever. But it's not a physical piece of memorabilia. It's a digital piece that's in your computer.
Yeah.
So very hard.
Let's say you take that picture of Hank Aaron's 715th home run. Does Hank Aaron's, now his estate, have to give permission?
Derek, how does that work?
Something. Well, wait a second. Derek didn't invent these things. So no, I don't know the licensing, and I would have never thought, Mark Cuban and the NBA, these things sell out immediately. People love it, buying these virtual packs and opening it. And then if you get one of these, you can sell it on their exchange, but it takes longer apparently. So people have been using Heritage for these, and Provenzale is actually the one in charge of it. So every lead we get for one of these, we give to Provenzale. So he's been handling this, and we're building a heck of a market for these at Heritage. And I can only, it's in its infancy. This just started.
Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah.
So I think we should create some Petrocelli NFTs.
Well, no, seriously though. I mean, you'd have an inventory of these things to. How would you get them? How would the auction house get them?
So it belongs to the person, and then they're able to transfer it, probably like a wire transfer. Or something.
That's what I'm thinking.
They transfer it to Heritage, and then when the winning bidder pays, then Heritage transfers it over to the bidder. There's shipping costs involved.
Boy, that's interesting. That's very interesting.
Well, here's the other thing. That both of you, and the only reason I know this is because Ellen and I, ATS Communications, our marketing company, we were contacted by an old friend who is one of the foremost expressionist artists in the world. I mean, he's that good, abstract. Anyways, make a long story short, his agent contacted us about maybe creating an NFT with one of his pieces of artwork. Now, his artwork goes for $100,000, $250,000. Derek, remember I called you on this a couple of weeks ago? Right. Right. Make a long story short. They explained that if you are auctioning off, for instance, a piece of art, and you're going to digitize it, then the person owns that piece of art in a digital format. And the best thing to do is either destroy the original piece or lock it in a vault somewhere so it doesn't exist. Crazy.
Yeah,
it's just crazy.
Yeah.
I'd like to learn more about that as we go along.
Yeah, no, it's wild.
It's going to be something.
It really is. All right, so what's going on with Heritage? Everything is going on with Heritage, but why don't you tell us some of the great stuff you guys are doing?
We just added showcase auctions that end on the second Thursday of every month and begin the first Thursday. It's the third. It's the first Thursday, and then it ends on the third Thursday of every month. So it's a 2-week bidding period. They're going to do the auctions. They're going to do anywhere between, $2 to $4 million. There's just an added auction we had to do because we're, obviously inundated. So our next big auction is May 6th through the 8th, and the bidding begins in April. And it's, 51 Bowman Mantle 8, 52 Jackie Robinson and 9, a photo match, the only photo matched UNC Michael Jordan jersey. Wow. It'll sell for over $1 million. It's pretty crazy. It's so our big May auction we're at deadline right now, and we have auctions, with those new showcase auctions and the weekly auctions we have, and then now the catalog auctions are starting to kick into gear too. We'll have one in July, August, May, and then we're going to do a set registry auction. One of those big PSA set registry guys gave us, some of the number one sets from the 60s. So that auction's coming up. We're extremely busy.
Zappala has a couple of items coming into your auction next week, but we're not going to talk about it because I don't want to give myself an advantage. Right. But we got a few items that we have consigned to Heritage, and kind of looking forward to see if I can pay my water bill or my electric bill because of it. I'll pick that in. What?
Nothing. Yeah, poor guy. We gotta send him a care package. Thank God for Ellen. I want to tell you right now.
Hey, Derek, are you doing much traveling? Are you doing much traveling?
Oh yeah,
he's always traveling.
Drink and gamble, right? That's the narrative that I'm out here drinking and gambling. No, I came out here to pick up a major PSA graded rookie collection. And that will be featured, some of the cards in the May auction, some of the cards in July, where there's a 10 on a George Brett, a 10 on an Ozzie Smith, 10 on more PSA 10s and PSA 9s where we just hit it out of the park with in the last auction.
Unbelievable.
So it's just a great company.
All right, my friend, we love you. Glad to have you back. I'm glad you're in Vegas. Stay out of the casinos, please. I'm begging you.
And we'll drink for that.
The last time we had to wire him money to get home, Rico.
No,
Prof called me up. We had to wire him money.
Listen, he's got to have a little fun in life. God.
Yeah,
but
any money.
We're so happy to have him on.
Rico,
I tell you.
All right, Derek.
All right.
We love you. Take care.
Take care, Derek.
Derek Grady
He's terrific.
He's a great guy. All right, then how about our friends at Just Rip It, Rico?
Yeah, all right. If you want to have an absolute blast at obtaining some great modern and vintage cars, you got to check out Just Rip It. Our paisan Charlie the Ripper Perino, along with Money Marco and the JRI gang, give you the chance to participate in opening an unopened and sealed fresh wax or cello pack of your favorite sport. Who knows? You may wind up with a Mantle, a Williams, a Trout, a Brady. Who knows? It's easy. You buy in, Charlie opens the pack, and you win. It's that simple. No, it's true. As a matter of fact, if you pull that special jewel, the guys at Just Rip It will even have it graded for you. Wow, that's it's good. Featured in the LA Times, ESPN, and USA Radio, Just Rip It is the hottest card-pulling show on the internet. Charlie and his staff make it fun, entertaining, and enjoyable with his collection of hats, sound effects, and yes, you may even see him wearing a leather helmet from the days of Newt Rockney. You'll love it. Really, they're fun guys. And let's not forget that Just Rip It donates a part of the proceeds to the various charities. That's Just Rip It, the break show that everyone is talking about. They're always digging up cardboard treasures for a great hobby experience, go to justripit.com.
Not bad, Rick. Not bad. All right, listen, time for our giveaway.
Oxygen.
We are giving away a Topps 1989 Traded Series, card numbers 1T through 132T.
Very interesting.
Yeah, not bad. I wonder who's in here. I have no idea. But anyway,
you should.
We're going to pick right now out of the Upper Deck locker box.
Yeah.
And this week's winner is, where's the opening? Oh, right here. I'm digging deep, Reek.
All right.
This week's winner is
Ta-da.
Eddie Lindwall. Eddie Lindwall.
Eddie Lindwall.
Lindwall.
Okay.
Eddie Lindwall. Eddie listens and views periodically. So here's the deal, Eddie. You know how it works. You have to email me, text me, message me. I need your address. If I don't hear from you in 1 week,
that's
you're
it.
out.
You're through.
You're out. Hey, also, let's not forget about our good friend Jared Cavalier and the great staff at Pristine Auctions. Weekly auctions, classic auctions, elite auctions, 10-minute auctions. They go 24 hours a day. You can always find a great bargain. Those 10-minute auctions, I mean, they don't care. Bidding starts at $1. You can win something for $5, $500. They have all kinds of sports memorabilia, sports card, non-sports card, jewelry, artwork, musical instruments, you name it, they have it. Jared does a great job. He and his staff, big company, 140 strong. Go to
Lee Mazzoni.
Go to pristineauctions.com. Lee Mazzoni.
Yeah, remember he does that in the dugout when he was pitching coach. He was a great pitching coach.
Wait a minute, wasn't he a trumpet player?
I know that was Carmen Fanzone.
Oh, okay.
But he was just do this the whole time. He was in the dugout. I was just nervous.
That's right. I do remember that.
Lee, yeah.
Hey, listen, I got a question for you. We've got about
2 minutes.
Hold on, David. What do we have? About 2 minutes left?
We got loads of time.
All right, good. Rick, I want to ask you. I think the Sox. I'm kind of liking what I'm seeing now. What do you think?
No, that's good. Yeah, I mean, they're filling in here and there, and a lot depends on a couple of the young kids. The kid at first base, what's his name?
Bobby Dalbec.
Yeah. If he could have a good year, he could drive in some runs too, knock some home runs out.
He's gone yards 6 times in spring training.
I know it. He's legit.
Freshman.
He's a strong kid.
Do you know anything about this Renfro kid in left field?
No, not much about him. He's but yeah, they could be. You just don't know. You know, some teams of course, like the Yankees, but the Yankees are filling in pitchers. Pitchers. You got 2 other teams that are going to be tough. That's
Tampa
Yankees.
Bay.
Well, no, Yankees and Toronto. Toronto's got a good ball club.
Yeah.
They got pretty good pitchers. Tampa Bay will give them trouble because they always do.
That's a tough division.
Division. It's I tell you, it's going to be a great year for baseball, I think.
I'm so looking forward to it. And I tell you, I'm really, I think once Chris Sale comes back, I think their staff is not bad. It's not bad. The number 4, the number 5 guys, I don't know much about them, but I think I think they're going to be pretty good. I think they're going to be okay.
You just never know. You never know how things work out. Injuries, as you know, in every sport, injuries can really be a downfall for a team. So if they stay healthy, if any team stays healthy. Look, the reason I mentioned the Yankees because the big rivalry, and the Yankees, they're trying to keep their big guys, Judge and what's his name, Stenhouse there.
Sanchez
on the field.
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh, yeah.
No, that's
right.
Sanchez,
the other kid.
They're trying to keep him on the field for Pete's sakes. The last couple of years, they hired a trainer.
Something because these kids are overtraining as far as I'm concerned. They're pulling muscles and hamstrings and please.
It's got to be something.
Hey, listen, before we go, I got a phone call, interesting phone call regarding you and I. We'll talk later on, but there's a huge movement now. Huge movement. It's like there's a petition going around to try to get Tony C's number retired.
Oh boy, that'd be nice.
Yeah. So there's somebody called me up. I'll tell you who it was later. Called me up, asked me if we could maybe talk about it on the show, and I said I would talk to you about it. But there's a real effort now to try to get Tony C's number 25 retired. So I think it would be nice if they retired his number.
Yeah, it would be. It would be. I think local kid from Boston has a great beginning. And then tragically, hit with a pitch and then had a heart attack, passed away at a young age, and that was really sad.
Now I'll tell you who's involved is Richie's. Is Richie's wife? Who's Darlene? Do you know?
Mm-mm.
Darlene Canigliaro.
Darlene's the daughter.
Oh, Tony's daughter. Oh wow, yeah, she's involved. Richie Canigliaro's involved, but there's a couple of Buck is involved. What's his name? Steve Buckley.
Well, they've tried this for a long time. You remember you were at the
I know.
The presentation. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
And somebody else told me that Kenny Kendrick was getting involved from the Arizona Diamondbacks because he agrees and he was going to reach out to see what he could do. So I don't know. We'll see how it all plays out.
Yeah.
All right, listen, we're just about out of time, David, I think, correct?
We sure are, kids.
All right, Rico, I'm glad we were able to get you on. Rico, do me one favor before we leave. Next week, before the show, why don't you try to get on 3 hours before we come on the air, and we can make it work?
How about Tuesday?
I'm going to do it. Okay. I'll do
Tuesday, all right?
All right. Yeah, I'll do that. Either that or I'm going to buy a new computer or somebody can buy me one.
No, you're breaking up. You're breaking up.
No, I'm just kidding. Dave, great job as always, buddy.
Thanks, man.
I was only kidding about the bull stuff. You know what I'm saying.
I hear you.
But
all right, guys.
All good.
All right, listen, everyone. Have a great week. Welcome back, Rico. With Rico, you
Take
never
care.
know what you're going to get. Here's what we
Oh,
got.
wow.
We gotta love
Listen,
it.
I don't know what I'm going to get.
With that being said, happy coping.
Thank you.